these two have faced off many times in the past, and what I will say here is that we often have very long games. Our Terran player is very fond of mech against Zerg, very fond of mech. So I'm a little bit concerned what I'm going to be stepping into. Spawning in the top right hand corner of Leylines, we have the Brazilian Terran player, the blue Terran. It is Kamikaze. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player from Brazil, representing Zimi's Gaming. It is Dorminhoco. He's sleepy, just wants to bed. But we have casted these face off many times. Again, they do face off quite often in these Brazilian tournaments, whether they're Host Open, Amantes, or even Code for Giants Cup. And they're often long games, very long, late game, mech versus Zerg, maxed out armies. It happens quite often. I'm sure it'll happen at some point in this series as well. When exactly, though, we're here to find out. And you know, potentially Kamikaze could play bio every now and then. Does dip his toes into bio. Copium. 2-on-1 inbound. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I would appreciate it. I would like that, actually, very much. I don't think we're gonna get it, but you know, it's possible. It's possible. Ooh, as Kamikaze, he no SCV Scout, and no Reaper Scout. Marine first, which means he's preserving his gas. CC on the high ground, by the way, so very safe opener. Building up those Marines, getting to his factory, and we'll see where he goes from here. Oh boy. Now, part of me wants to say, okay, because he skipped his Reaper, because he's got Marines early on, this could lead into a 2-1-1, where he will have extra Marines early on, and he can try and hit a really strong stim timing. This can be possible here. We'll see. For now, as he's building up his Marines, the first goal should be to hunt down this Overlord. We'll see if we can get it. Factory's on the way. Delayed Reaper. Interesting that he's still getting the Reaper. Dorminhoco, he scouts, no expansion, pulls away. He overreacts, going for the Spine Crawler. Ooh, he believes it's a proxy. He's checking. He's checking your Lings. They check the third, they check the fourth. Overlord here on the north side as well. Safety Spine Crawler is terrified of a proxy, but we know it's anything but. The Marines are moving out, hunting down any Overlords. Overlord speed. Wait, hold. Okay, Overlord speed on the way. That's quite expensive. That's Overlord speed before Ling speed. Okay, Dorminhoco, okay. Reaper gets spotted. Marines, they find an Overlord. Ling is gonna go down. And this Overlord, can we escape? Up! Not quite. Yeah, barely not. The Overlord does go down. Brutal supply block here for Dorminhoco. Yeah, brutal supply block. Now, typically, if you delay Link speed this heavily, you're probably going to go into faster lair into Roaches, most likely, what I'm leaning towards here from Dorminhoco. Meanwhile, 1-1-1 out of Kamikaze, add-on swap here into Hellions. Yeah, we spoke about the fast lair. 2-base lair here from Dorminhoco. We're popping off. We're crazy. Rushing into the lair. Reaper does check the main. Heads to the natural. The Reaper will confirm the lair timing. So, big scout here from Kamikaze. Does spot the lair. Now, if I know Dorminhoco, this should be for Roach play. This should be to like rush into Roaches and rush into Roach speed. Meanwhile, with Overlord speed, he does dive in for a full scout. He will confirm the 1-1-1. At least attempts to. Yeah, he does see the add-on swap into Banshee. Does spot Cloak. He's looking further in for a fusion core. Don't blame him. Kamikaze is not a stranger to fusion core BC play into mech. Yeah, there, god damn it. There it is. He cancels Cloak. He throws down the fusion core. It is going to be BC into mech. Yeah. I mean, again, Dorminhoco, he was looking for it, but alas, I mean, he in a way confirmed the opener, and we see a hard switch into BC. Oh boy. Now, we do have confirmation as well that Dorminhoco, he's going 2-base lair into Roach play. So, as we mentioned, this is typically how he does play, is Roaches, and especially against Kamikaze, because he's known for mech, Roaches is going to be ideal, but he will need that Spire to defend against the BCs. Unfortunately, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. He should get some spore crawlers though. Again, he saw the Banshee tech, so we should be seeing spores. We should be seeing some anti-air, some stack defense. Whether it's going to be enough for a battle cruiser, yet to be determined. Yamato on the way. Yamato's in production. Drop Lord has morphed in. With that Drop Lord, Dorminhoco, he might not join up that third base. He might be pushing with roaches and with queens. Assuming that Drop Lord wasn't a mistake. Hellion Banshee does rotate. Yeah, it's intentional. Drop Lord's moving in, gets spotted. Does have that micro potential. Starting away the Banshee. There's a transfuse. Kamikaze, upon seeing the Drop Lord, he backs off. He realized how much danger he's in, and here comes the all-in. Dorminhoco, he does not drone. No droning, no saturations, all or nothing here for Dorminhoco. And can he break the natural? Now, pure Hellion doesn't trade well. Does not trade well against Roach Queen. The BC, different story. Now, if Kamikaze can focus on the queens one after the other, then there'll be no anti-air. So these 4 queens are the one thing keeping this going. Oh, flash transfuse. Banshee takes a lot of hits. Banshee gets started down. Nice pickup. Banshee does 4 BC. Oh no! The BC teleports in. Biles do connect. BC getting very low. Yamato not quite done. And the BC is forced back. Again, really nice Biles. Biles. Oh my god. They grades a Hellbats. Queens are being targeted. Mass repair on the BC. Kamikaze holds. Kamikaze, he does hold. There's not enough anti-air. The queens are going down one after the other. Very nice repair here on the battlecruiser. Dorminhoco is just running out of steam, running out of army. He is getting some SCV kills, but remember, Dorminhoco, he was all in. He was all in. There was no droning, no saturation. Some better damage towards the end, getting 6 SCV kills, 7. Getting him to 8, getting him to 9, 10. Not bad. 10 SCVs go down. Evening up the worker count. Kamikaze is still ahead economically. And there are the factories. Again, we assumed it was going to be mech. We had a little bit of hopium, that it was going to be bio, but no. it's Kamikaze, papi. He only mechs it up. And now we're up to 2 BCs. Yamato is complete. The Spire is almost done, and with help of the Spire, we should be able to get some Corruptors up and running. But I do worry for the third base, especially with 2 Yamatos available. Like, this third base is in a lot of trouble here. Roaches, they move back in. There's not much to defend back at home, and then a couple of Hellions. Nice repair. Oh no, not in time. As the cooldown supply was a little bit too late, boys are being pulled, so he's going to be going down. BCs, they don't go for the third, they go for the natural instead. And Corruptor's about to pop. Corruptor's there, halfway done. Shows those Yamatos. Yamato on the Queen, Yamato on the Spore. Takes over the natural, even more economic damage. Roaches, they try to bust in, they get 10 SCV kills. But remember, teleport is available. They can always teleport back home. There's the first teleport. Snipes the Queens. And we should see another teleport. Up! Oh my god, a little bit too late. Whew. Does catch 1 battlecruiser. Once again, Kamikaze late to pull the trigger. There thankfully are some roaches. There's some roaches that defend, but Hellions, they rush past regardless. Yeah, they rush into the mineral line. Versus some drones. Oh, the drones are lining up. Oh my god. 6 drone kills. 6 workers go down. And now we're going into battle mech. We're going to mass Cyclone Hellion. BC did survive. Corruptors get punished. And Dorminhoco is in a worse position. He's down in the worker count. He's down in economy. Kamikaze's got more SCVs plus mules. He's got his third base up and running. Likewise, Battlecruiser did survive, which means Dorminhoco has to... he's got a decent Corruptor count, so doesn't have to remake, thankfully. But he doesn't have the best army here for Cyclone. Mass Cyclone. Dorminhoco, he has to recover. And Kamikaze so far looking solid. Oh, Blue Flame is done. Oh god, Blue Flame is complete. Roasting up another, what, 4 drones. Getting up to 5. 5 more drones go down. Dorminhoco, he needs more time to rebuild. You see moving in. Here come the Cyclones. Here come the Cyclones, baby. Let's go. They force their way into the bases. Roaches, they get 1 Cyclone. Ooh, for 3. Yeah, for 3 Roaches. There we go, second Cyclone goes down. Losing up to 8. Oh, God. 8 Roaches do fall. Yeah, you can see how brutal lock-ons are. They take down every single Roach. Again, Roaches, they don't really trade well against Cyclones. You need Lings. Lings are coming in, but they're too late. Ideally, Ling Roach, the way that it works is that Lings tank the lock-on. So lock-ons get wasted on Lings, and then the Roaches get the DPS done. But they just were too late. The Lings were too late, and the Roaches were shut down completely. And now Dorminhoco's being broken. GG gets called. Kamikaze, he will snowball out of control and take game number 1. GG. Kamikaze, he will take the first game. Again, a very chaotic game 1, very back and forth. We had, of course, Dorminhoco opening up with 2 base Roach all-in. It was a Drop Lord all-in with his queens. Meanwhile, we had a BC opener at a Kamikaze. Very chaotic, very intense. In the end, Kamikaze does come out on top, and now we are getting into game number 2. Let's go. We'll see how this story ends. We'll see if we get an ace match or if Kamikaze does claim it here and now. Up next, Frostline. God damn it. This morning, in the bottom left-hand corner of Frostline, we have our blue Terran player. We have our blue Terran from Brazil leading the series 1-0. And we'll see if he can take it here and now. It is Kamikaze. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player. We have the red Zerg himself representing Eximius Gaming. It is Dorminhoco. We go. So we are building up. Dorminhoco going to be opening up hatch first. Of course, it was last game that Dorminhoco did initialize his own all-in, going for 1.5 base all-in, mass roaches. We'll see how we do approach it this time. Likewise, Kamikaze, he could actually open up Banshee this time, doesn't have to open BC. But we expect mech, 100%. 100% back. We expect mech in one shape or form or the other. We'll see. Now we're settling in. This time it is going to be a Reaper opener. Remember last game we did open up double Marine to hunt down the first Overlord. This time a Reaper first, so Kamikaze is mixing it up. Is mixing up his opener. Este es para good spot. Gracias, gracias. Less than 3. Good to see you. Take care, baby. Take care. As we are opening up, Reaper moves out. And we'll see if this time we even research Link speed. As a reminder, last game it was Overlord speed first. It was crazy. Rushing into Pneumatized Carapace. Rushing into Overlord speed. I don't expect that again, but I mean Dorminhoco, he has his own style. Reaper dips in. Ooh, doesn't get the drone. Barely mushed into the Spore. As Kamikaze does rotate. He's got the gas for Link speed. And he goes Overlord. He's crazy. He goes Overlord speed once again. Again, it just seems to be Dorminhoco's style. to rush into Overlord speed. This is very expensive. It's a really inefficient way to play. Basically what's happening here is that he's rushing to Overlord speed to be able to get the scout off. And what I will admit is that in game 1 we saw that this had two purposes. It was to scout, yes, but if you remember, he also turned this into a drop lord all-in. So there was actually value to be had in Overlord speed because it came into play later as well. But if we're only using this to scout, honestly, you can get the same amount of information without Overlord speed. Like with a regular Overlord, you can just dip in and you can confirm everything already. As he does confirm the tech lab on the factory, does confirm the Max floating, he does confirm mech. There's gonna be mech here. Roach Warren gets thrown down, Eva Chamber as well. Delayed third base in favor of the tech. Kamikaze hunts down that Overlord, going for a third TC. And we're settling into a longer game. And Viking opener here as well, hunting down more Overlords. And we are getting Ling speed. Okay, Ling speed is on the way. Building up towards a more standard mid-game into Roach Ling. Meanwhile, yo, a shout out to Lunacy. Ga, baby, ga. Oh my god. Annyeong haseyo, baby. Annyeong haseyo. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. Thank you. Thank you so much for the raid. And shout out to Lunacy, of course. Doesn't stream too often, so big shout out to Lunacy. Korean Protoss player. We often do cast and cover Lunacy quite often on the channel. Quite often. 감사합니다. 감사합니다. As we have extra factories on the way, prioritizing Macfield accelerators. Getting to those cyclones. Likewise, Dorminhoco building up his roaches. As we are still making our way into a longer game. Nice Locons going for the Queen. Queen gets caught out. Nice pick up here by Kamikaze. Once again, as we mentioned, Roaches on their own struggle against Cyclones. You need those Lings to try to bait those lock-ons. Another Queen goes down! Oh, that should not have happened. 2 Queen kills already. Lings, they catch one of the Cyclones. Thankfully, they get one, they're going for the other. And both Cyclones will fall. Nice surround. And no drones. Once again, okay, late droning here at the third base, but drones are still on the way. Very committed here from Dorminhoco. Massing up Lings, the wall is open. No Hellions to defend. Where are the Hellions? The Hellions are not here. Lings are going to surround. Boys are being pulled. And the Cyclone, can he focus it down? Oh, not quite. Whew. Nice reaction. Kamikaze defends. Kamikaze defends. Dorminhoco massing up more Lings, did somewhat drone, but still only on 2 bases. Only 2 base saturation. Barely anything here at the third. Dorminhoco is committed. Going for the depots. Still missing Lings. Locon's going to be brutal. He gets one of the Ravagers. Yeah, one Ravager goes down. Lings, they punish once again. Where are the Hellions? Where are the Hellions, Pappy? Cyclones are getting picked up one after the other. Better trades here for Dorminhoco. First Hellion does arrive. Gets surrounded. Oh, barely does escape. Does slip away. Hellion gets out. Deep is going to be falling. Do we get the vials? Barely do. That's still an extensive trade though for Dorminhoco, bleeding out every single Ravager. Back at home, not really much mining going on here, not much saturation. Kamikaze still has the greater economy, higher SCV counts, mules on top of that. So better economy for the Terran. And Dorminhoco, he's still not really droning. He's still not droning, getting a 4th expansion just for larva, building up more roaches. Oh, and it's going to be going Roach into Roach Hydra. Okay, interesting. Hydra Ling can do okay against Battle Mech. It can be okay. I know a lot of pro players have messed around with this composition. Basically Ling Hydra Viper. which can have some mixed success. Does have mixed success here against BattleMech, if we can get there. Is a big if. See Kamikaze rotating, massive lock-ons on the roaches once again. Where are the lings? Oh my god, every roach is gonna go down. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, the lock-ons are brutal. Another scan, and watch the roaches, they just pop. They just pop one after the other. They need support. They need that support, they're not getting it. Queens, they're gonna be falling as well. Brutal pickups, getting 5 queens. Oh my god. And this is getting out of hand. This is getting out of hand at this point. Again, the roaches on their own, they're just so vulnerable here to the cyclones. Here we go, here come the lings. But there's not enough of them. Yeah, there's just not enough lings here. They're being shut down. Hallion's coming to reinforce. Blue Flame is about to finish. And Dorminhoco cannot afford these losses. Cannot afford them. Just now getting into Hydra production. And at this point, it's just an uphill battle here for Dorminhoco. He just lost far too much. Does not have this economy either. Roaches are being overwhelmed. Hydras pop out. They are lacking upgrades. As every roach is falling. And the Hydras thereafter. Like the Hydras, they're just like the roaches. In the sense that you need lings. You need those lings. Without them, the Hydras, they die even faster. Roach 1 goes down. And we can see Dorminhoco trying to get into Ling Hydra. But it might just be too late here. Jeez, the lock-ons, they're crazy. But they almost get the expansion. The base gets very low. Hydra cannon's building up. True. Hydra cannon's building up. Massive Hellion follows here on the lings. Just rotates, and then we're just running out of steam here. There's no more lings remaining. Hydras, they get surrounded, they get shut down, and the base is gonna fall. Yeah, the base is gonna fall. There's no saving this. Workers being pulled away. Dorminhoco does have a backup third, I suppose. But Kamikaze back at home is thriving, getting a 4th expansion location, working towards drilling claws, advanced servos, sorry, smart servos. Production, more upgrades, mass starport, most likely into BC. And GG gets called. Kamikaze does overwhelm. Cyclone True. Cyclone Abuser. KKK. As Kamikaze will take the series 2-0. GG. GG. Well played, Kamikaze. He will claim it. Again, when it comes to Dorminhoco's approach to the series, unfortunately, he was just hyper committed. When it came to early roach aggression, it didn't really pay off. As we mentioned, unfortunately, there were just many times when he was caught with his lings in production. With specifically his roaches exposed, lings were in production, and engagements would occur too soon, too early for him, and he would bleed out so many roaches before he was really ready for the cyclones. And with that, he was just torn apart. He was just torn apart left and right, could not keep up, could not maintain himself. And with that, Kamikaze will advance on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. We have our 2 finalists here. It is going to be the grand finals between Master and Kamikaze. It is going to be a Terran versus Protoss, and it's going to be a best of 7 grand finals. We will need a moment to set that up, so we're going to be going on a short break just before the finals. Again, a bit of a shorter broadcast here this morning, which I'm more than happy to embrace. But some shorter games, to be honest. We've had a lot of aggression, we've had a lot of cheese. Even with Kamikaze playing mech, because of how aggressive Dorminhoco was in that series, we never really got into the late game. We never really got, I'll be honest, Dorminhoco never got 4-base saturation, so even though we did have some mech, even though we had roach play, like it was often a lot of mid-game aggression, a lot more on a lower economy, at least on the Zerg side, so we didn't really get into any kind of split map scenario, never maxed out, never had those siege lines going or anything like that. A little more active. A little more active instead. Regardless, GG well played, and with that, we're getting ready for those grand finals. We're going to be going on a short break, take this time to get some snacks, get some food, get some water, drain your disruptors, massage your marines, and hydrate all of your hydras. When we come back, we'll have that best of 7. See you soon. See you soon.